We are live. We are live. We are going to wait for people to see us. Welcome to the Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, fourth night of the Howlin Dog FUNDrive, Howlin Dog Music Group. I'm going to get this all out of the way early and often. HowlinDogMusicGroup.org. There's no G in the Howlin. And we are here raising money for amazing artists that receive funds from our nonprofit. We've done 3 years of grants thus far, and we are hoping to do more. So that's why we're here. My name is Jana Pchop. I am Howlin Dog is stuck with me, actually. I am a grant awardee from year one, which was 2024. I'm on the board, which has been great. And I'm on the project committee, which now helps choose those grant winners, which is great. It's one of the funnest parts of my year. And Howlin Dog has been going live every night in hopes of really doing a fundraising push. And I'm saying it's like PBS for songwriters, because it kind of is. And I grew up as a kid. I was just telling Susan and Don and Terry backstage that I grew up a PBS kid watching Sesame Street every day. It's how I learned how to count, and it's how I learned how to count in Spanish. And I'm not sure which order those came in, but PBS telethons are burned into my brain. So when they were talking about doing this, I was like, absolutely, we need to do our own version of a telethon, which in this day and age is a Facebook Live. So here we are. Welcome. I hope people are tuning in. We have a comment from YouTube. We have Annie here. Annie's a big part of Howlin Dog. Hi, Annie. The run of show is, and first I need to say, I'm hosting alone tonight, so all your comments are appreciated because I need friends. Sandi Mueller was going to co-host with me. She had some car trouble in Houston, which, number one, you don't want to have car trouble, and number two, you don't have it in Houston because it's a big city full of cars. So sending a big hug to Sandi. We're hoping she's got roadside assistance on the way. So I am handling it tonight. Please chat with me in the Facebook or YouTube chat. But ultimately, donate to the cause tonight. It's not a competition over who's hosting every night, but I would like to think it is. So if you guys donate on my night, I'd feel really good about it. And Susan is backstage. Which, what does backstage mean on a streaming platform? It's weird, but we're all doing it. Susan's back there, and she just put up the handy graphic about all donations during our FUNDrive get a premium. So you can give us all day long, or all year. You can give money all year long. We'll take it. We'd love it. We have a cool recurring patron program where if you donate $25 a month or more, if you would like, you get perks all year round. You get to hear all the new music that comes from all the grant winners first. You get early access to physical products that they print, CDs, vinyl. It's great. It's really cool if you become a recurring patron. But since we are doing a FUNDrive this week, aka the telethon, PBS style, we have a lot of stuff to give away. And we are going to start it at, talked about that recurring donation. If you become a new $25 a month patron or more, that PBS stuff is really kicking in. $25 a month or more recurring donation. You get a hoodie, you get a tote bag, and you get this really cool patch that it kind of looks like a national park pass, like old school Western design. Thank you, Susan. She just threw that graphic up there. You can see what you're getting for your recurring donation. The patch is really cool. I'm very excited about it. The hoodie's great. It's comfortable. And who doesn't need a tote bag? I'm just saying. Everyone needs a tote bag. I have several, and I still need a tote bag. So don't deny yourself. Also, it's for a good cause. And we are a 501c3, so all your donations are tax deductible, which is great. $50 donation, up to a $50 donation. So 0 to 50. If you're not going to be a recurring patron, we still love you so much. You'll get a sticker, and it's a really cool sticker. If you donate $100, this is really cool. You will get handwritten lyrics from one of our Howlin Dog Grant Award winners. And I'm not going to go out of line when I say this. All of our songwriters are outstanding. Every single person we picked is an incredible songwriter. So that is a really good perk level, I will say. And it's really cool to kind of get, I guess technically you could be receiving my handwritten lyrics in the mail. And if you do, I will apologize ahead of time for the quality of my handwriting. But that's not PBS's fault. That's something else. They didn't teach me how to write in cursive or print. I'm not sure what I do now. I type a lot. $200 donation. You get the tote bag with the logo. Heck yeah. $300. That's going to get you the tote bag and the patch, which is kind of a sweet spot, I think. I think that's a really cool package to get. You could sew the patch on the tote bag. You probably don't want to do that, though, because there's already the logo on the tote bag, and that would be kind of meta and weird. But you can put that patch anywhere else you want. And in fact, you guys should send us pictures of where you sew your patch on, unless you sew it on your underwear, in which case that's for you to know and us not to find out. Okay, $400. The accompanist video collection, which is really cool. Don Richmond, who's one of the founding members and kind of the catalyst of Howlin Dog Music Group. Talk more about Don later. He plays with everybody, and he also plays excellently. So he plays really well with everybody, which is kind of an incredible feat. And this is a video collection of Don with all these incredible folks. Matresa Berg, one of the most honored and best songwriters in Nashville. Her stuff is incredible. Same with Chuck Cannon, and same with Eliza Gilkison, who lives in Taos and is one of my personal heroes. So many good people are on this list. Tashina Hosa, Walt Wilkins, who hosted last night with Tina. It's really cool. So that's a really good sweet spot if you have $400 and you'd like to donate it to the next generation of grant recipients, which we will be announcing next spring. We go through that process. We announce that applications are open in the winter, and then the project committee does a lot of work, and we announce in late spring usually. $500, Howlin Dog hoodie. I live for a good hoodie. This one is approved by me. I know we've all gotten hoodies where we're like, this one isn't good. It doesn't feel nice. This one, quality. Great work on ordering hoodies, Terry, and the cool logos on it. So there you go. $1,000 will get you a singing telegram. I don't know who's going to sing it. And I laughed the other night when I was watching Martin Gilmore say that too. He was like, who's singing the singing telegram? The answer is good. I just can't promise you who's going to sing yours. But if you look at our roster of who's gotten a grant, you'll know you're fine. That takes us up to 1,000. I'll keep talking about later, but I hope you're watching, thinking about giving a donation. I will share that I was a recipient in 2024 in the first class, and I'm going to talk a little bit later about what it costs to do a project for real in this day and age, because I think there's a lot of misconceptions and mythology around recording music and stuff. And and there's about 1,001 ways to do it, or 1,000,001 ways to do it. But it takes a lot of time, effort, and it takes a lot of money to record an album or a single these days. And I was at Berklee College of Music making a record as my master's project, and I got most of it done, but I didn't get it all done. And I wanted to have, I did not go to Berklee to be like a mixing or a mastering engineer. That's a whole other career track, right? And so I got my songs produced. That's what I went for. I wrote them and produced them. And then I got done with school, and I still needed to get them mixed, and I needed some cool artwork. So I was fortunate enough to receive the Howlin Dog grant in 2024, and that paid for a bunch of the mixing for my record called Power Lines, which came out this last March. And it helped pay for the artwork, which was done by my friend Alexander Doust, who I met at Berklee. And I think he did a cool, like, just whole visual landscape. And you can see the cover if you look up my name and Power Lines. But all that stuff wouldn't have done, number one, it wouldn't have gotten done on time and in the process that it needed to. And it's just a wonderful thing to be able to afford to pay other artists to help you make your art, right? That's how this whole cycle works. So I have found from talking to other grant recipients that is a lot of where that money goes, is to just pay the next round of artists. The artist gets the grant and they pay some more artists to do some things, which is a wonderful cycle to be a part of. And I think we're gonna hear about that a little bit with Sarah Golden, who's coming up in a couple minutes. We actually pre-recorded Sarah's interview because she is being a kick butt artist tonight and playing a house concert somewhere in Colorado, somewhere in the wilds of Colorado. Sarah Golden is playing, but we got to pre-interview her. I'm gonna warn you because I'm vain. I was getting over a cold. I sort of still am. So if you stay tuned for the whole thing, you'll see Jana have a coughing fit, which is a bonus. And it probably means you should kick in an extra $5 to whatever your donation is out of pity for me. I'll take a pity $5 for Howlin Dog if you guys want to do that. But we really appreciate all your donations. You can follow us on our socials. You may be following us right now because we're live on Facebook. Make sure you are actively following us on Facebook. We're also on Instagram. We'll pop those links up. But we're posting stuff all year round because at this point we have about there's, I think the number's 9 artists, and now I'm going to have to do math. I won't give you a number. We've given away 9-ish grants a year for 3 years, and we're going for 4, which is a lot of people. And Terry just informed me that in the last 4 nights, and we're like, it's Wednesday, so we're halfway through because we're going to go live Thursday, Friday, and Saturday too. We've raised $9,037 thus far, which is pretty great. So thank you to everyone that's already donated. Our goal is 20. So we're almost halfway there, but we're not quite halfway there. On a Wednesday, it's called Hump Day for a reason. Maybe we can get over the 50% hump. I am hoping. Terry says 30 grants in 3 years, which totally makes sense if I made the math really easy for myself. So we've given away 30 grants to people in the last 3 years. All projects that are, we grant artists who are actively working on stuff. So you know that a record or a project is going to come out within usually the year that they receive the grant, which is really cool because you kind of see stuff happen in real time. Sometimes I've done this. I've been this person on Kickstarter that just takes longer to finish a project. Sometimes you pre-order a record and it takes a long time to get it done, but we're hoping that we're giving to actively in process projects for the most part, which just keeps the momentum going for the artist because it helps them get them done, like I was saying earlier. And it's exciting for you guys as patrons to watch what happens. So we make sure we keep you up to date. It is 6:15 Mountain Time, 7:15 Central. And that means we are about to kick into our interview with Sarah Golden. Remember, if you feel bad for me when I cough, throw in an extra $5. I think Susan's backstage and is going to bring up Sarah's video. And I can keep talking because I am totally in chatterbox mode. They might regret having me on. Susan just said it's at 6:30, which is great. I had the time wrong. That's me, Suze. Okay. So we'll talk to Sarah at 6:30. And I was going to keep going on the list. If you really want to throw down, if you really want to be a badass, once again, I will say all these donations are tax deductible. We are a 501c3, which is really cool. Our mission is to support songwriters in Colorado, New Mexico, and Texas. We have big dreams of perhaps expanding our purview in some way, and I'm not even sure what that means. But right now, we thought it was important to focus on those 3 states. A bunch of you know that Texas is a foundational music hub. Like, it's just iconic. I moved to Austin for a reason, and it's an incredible scene. And then I got to work with Susan Gibson, our backstage guru, for a long time, touring all over Texas. The state is rich in music. Sometimes the other states west of Texas get a little forgotten because Texas is such a megalith in the music scene. And New Mexico and Colorado have kind of incredible musical histories too. New Mexico and southern Colorado have this really distinct sound. A lot of it is mixed with the New Mexican culture, which is Mexican Spanish, European Spanish, and indigenous culture. And then that bleeds into southern Colorado. And then when I think of Colorado a lot, I think of like, there's such a cool music scene in the northern part. They have these incredible folk festivals. They have Lions Folk Fest. There's a jam band scene there. They have, like, there's a lot going on musically in each state. Then each one's a little bit distinct from the other one. And in addition to the insane ecosystem of the Texas music scene. So it really is a very vast and important part of American music, but we wanted to focus specifically on those 3 states. And we really try very hard to equally give grants to artists from New Mexico and artists from Colorado. I count as a New Mexican artist now because I live in Albuquerque, which is I'm proud of. But this year, our kind of grantee list for 2026. It's really cool. We have Aaron Lacombe from Kerrville, Texas. He writes great songs. He makes great videos. If you don't follow him on Facebook or TikTok, he's good at TikTok too. He puts up great videos of life on the road. He's a great ambassador, a true troubadour, if you will. We had Alexa Wildish on our live stream on Monday, and she is insanely killer voice. She's from Colorado. And all of our live streams are archived, so you might be stumbling on a past live stream and you can catch up to things you missed. And that's always good. You can watch at your leisure. But Antonio Lopez from Colorado, he's on tomorrow night, I believe, with Michael Hearn. Ben Jones from Austin, Texas, but he's also from the UK. He's in a cool duo called Beetroot Revival, but we gave Ben a grant for his solo work. So we're excited to hear what Ben's going to make. Jennifer Foster from Austin, Texas. stunning voice. We have all these people on our website at howlindogmusicgroup.org, so you can scroll through and check them out. We have links to their work and socials and stuff. Kateri Lopez from Albuquerque represent. Really cool mixture. Like I was saying, kind of the traditional aspect of New Mexican music, but also super just kind of cutting edge on what she's doing musically. It's a very interesting mix with what Kateri is doing. So check her out. I'm going to go through the list in a little bit. I just got a question from Annie. Thank you for asking, Annie. What's the best part about working with Howlin Dog Music Group? There's a lot of things, but the main part that I think is really important and something that's key for the artists, but I think it's key for anyone that joins our family by donating this week or at any time, is a community. Times are super weird. It's hard to connect, and we kind of think we're connecting with people when we scroll on our black mirrored devices, but it's not as community oriented as we think it is. And so being plugged into stuff like this, I find, has really helped me remember that I'm a part of something that this organization values art and songwriting and music and performance and doing it live. We always choose artists that are super professional. Most of them tour or at least perform live, and most of them write and record to like, they have to do it. All of them do it because they're artists and they have to get it out. But that can be lonely sometimes because you're in your own little funnel and you're like, I'm the only one that's going through this and no one knows how hard it is. That is a lie. And as we keep adding people every grant year to the artist community, we are more and more reminded that, my God, there's 100 ways to do this and everyone's doing it kind of differently. But everyone's doing it, which is really heartening to see. And artists have started sharing shows in the community. Like Sarah Golden's playing shows with our board member, Susan Gibson. That is awesome to see. But then I think, like I mentioned earlier, we try to keep you updated on what all the grant winners are doing and what they've released. And you become part of that community too when you become a patron. So I think that just grows. And then you can, go see these people live. The larger our artist community gets, the more places they will be playing around the country, and especially in those 3 states that we represent, Colorado, New Mexico, and Texas. So I think the potential for just a really cool club to be in, it's pretty incredible. So thank you for asking that, Annie. That was a great question. And I don't think there's anything better for any of us these days in these weird times when we're all staring at our phones and doom scrolling, may I speak for myself, than to join organizations and support organizations that foster community and art and going forward. Susan's correct. We are collaborating. Susan has made an incredible amount of music this year, and she chose to make some with me, which is awesome. So I've been working on Susan songs today, actually, which was very fun. And everyone, it just keeps kind of feeding itself, which is great. That sounded sci-fi weird, but I mean that in a good way. Kind of creepy, kind of not. I was going to go back to the donation amounts. This is cool. This is really cool. $2,500, you can get an executive producer acknowledgement on one of next year's projects, which means you will be in the fabled liner notes. Like, remember those? I am a big believer in liner notes, and that's part of what I got funded with the Power Lines record. Is I made a whole book out of the record because I miss flipping through credits and reading about the project, and I do all that's a lie. Most of my daily listening is done on streaming, which is handy. It's fairly cheap when you think about $12.99 paying for the entirety of music ever recorded. That's insane. That's cool. It's mobile, so I can plug it in my car, which is when I do a lot of listening. But it's really unsatisfying when you want to sit there and absorb lyrics or look at who played on what and make those connections. I remember doing that as a kid and being like, wait a minute, this bass player's been on 3 records I really love. I need to pay attention. Like those kind of things matter. And musicians pick those people with purpose and intention. And a lot of times the streaming and just doing everything on our phones doesn't allow for that kind of deep dive. So a lot of our artists are still making physical product, which is great. Power Lines came out on CD and vinyl. There's a ton of records coming out from our grant winners that will have those options. And you can read the liner notes as you go. But if you really want to be cool, if you give $2,500, you'll be in one of those liner notes as executive producer, which I produce records now. I've never been an executive producer. That's a title. That is a valued and treasured option there, I will just say. And you can put it on your business cards. You can brag to your friends at your college reunions until they tell you to stop, but they shouldn't because you're an executive producer. So that's a really cool perk. $3,500. You get to name one of our grants for 2027. At this level, you have literally funded a whole grant to one artist, which is a huge deal. And you can choose to honor someone in your life, or, a lot of people have chosen to honor people that have passed. And that's a cool way to give a legacy to a musician that carries that grant name with your loved one's name. Or, you can talk to us and name it what you want. We're open to all of that. But that's $3,500. There's 8 of those available. Lastly, we're almost down to the end of the list, but then I'm probably going to start it over later. $5,000, $5,000. You get, number one, all of us are going to applaud for you. Every single last one of the Howlin Dog family is going to throw up a cheers in your honor. And you are going to get a house concert, a board member grantee house concert as a way for us to thank you for your generosity. And that will be arranged. We have this impressive board of artists and we have this impressive roster of grantees. So we'll talk with you about who's going to come play at your house. But your options are great. And that would be a really cool way to share the music even further. House concerts are some of the most important ways that touring musicians and songwriters get their music out there. So, and it's my favorite gig to play personally. I think Susan would say the same thing if she weren't backstage. That's a really great level to give at. But you know what? $5 is great. $100 is great. $500 is great. $5,000. Anything in there. We are taking any and all donations tonight. I'm feeling competitive with my other hosts this week. And I'm running the show solo and I'm rambling. So I don't know, guys. I really need you to donate. And we are about to go live. I was going to say we're about to go live with Sarah Golden, except it's not live at all. It's pre-recorded, but you can pretend that we just did this today. Sarah is an incredible artist. She will wow you with her songs. She is currently finishing recording a project that, once again, Howlin Dog's patrons helped fund. Sarah was one of our 2 grantees that was on The Voice. And she has stories about that for days. But now she's a troubadour in a van driving around the country playing her very poignant, thoughtful songs, which is amazing. That is the kind of artist that Howlin Dog Music Group was made for. So I'm going to see if Susan is ready to pull up that because I think I'm on the right time frame now, maybe. And please think about going to howlindogmusicgroup.org to donate. We will go through the list of cool premiums again, but rest assured, if you give any dollar amount, you're going to get something cool in the mail. And when we come back from Sarah's interview, I'm going to throw some facts at you about how the music business works or actually doesn't work. So stay tuned for that. I have thoughts and I have some facts, but I have a lot of opinions too. And we can have a discussion about that if we want. But the music business has changed so much in the last 10 years that it's unrecognizable from what it was before, which it had changed a bunch in the last 20 years. So it's really weird. Artists are adapting the best they can. And still the best way is for artists to write songs and go play those songs for people and to record them so that people can take those songs home. And it's still the baseline model. And Susan just told me I have to stop talking before Sarah comes up. So I will say we'll come back with some music business theory, but up next is an interview with Sarah Golden from Houston, Texas, our 2026 grant awardee. Thank you, Susan.
Thanks, Jana and Sandi, for passing it over to me, Jana, here in the space-time continuum of Sarah Golden land. Sarah is playing a gig tonight, so she graciously agreed to talk to me in the past, but it's now. So Sarah Golden is a fantastic singer-songwriter, Howlin Dog Grant awardee from 2025, and is in the process of putting out a new record. Let's bring Sarah on.
Hello.
Hi, how's it going?
So good. How are you?
I'm great.
I do be loving the space-time continuum aspect to this.
Right?
Time is relative. So
it is simultaneously now and the past, and we're going into the future. Weird.
Way to go, past me, for like being on top of current me's schedule.
You're like currently playing a show somewhere.
I'm in Durango right now. I'm at a house concert.
And in Houston at the same time.
And I'm at all of my continuum planes are interweaving, as it were. And I'm enthusiastic about witnessing this in real time.
Howlin Dog is magic, everybody. Get in on it.
The thing's Howlin Dog. Does it? No bounds.
No bounds, period.
Indeed.
If you join our group. Well, number one, congrats on being in the FAM and getting a grant. As someone that's on the board and the project committee, seeing what you were coming up with and wanting to do with a grant, we were like, yes, Sarah's in. And
excellent.
We've loved watching what you've been doing this year. You've already put out a single, and another one's coming up, and you have some other projects in the works with the record that Howlin Dog has helped fund. Can you just tell us things?
Absolutely. So yes, the album itself will be released November 13th. That's called Live Wire, and it looks a little something like this.
Looks just like that.
The first single that was released on the 23rd, maybe, of July was A House Divided. And the next single coming up is August 21st, and that is Who's Gonna Rebuild LA? And that song won an international award in 2025, won Best of North America Folk in the Intercontinental Music Awards. So that was fun.
Just North America, that's all?
Yeah, well, it was up against 64 countries and something like 1,600 songs. So they were broken down by country awards. So that one felt nice. That was cool.
Yeah.
And the grant that I received, which I'm so honestly, that really did kind of kick off a lot of things for me. I had been on a bit of a hiatus from music, if you will, for a while, and I saw this grant opportunity as a chance to kind of kick into gear and maybe get out of a little standstill. And the song and the project that I actually put together with my Howlin Dog Grant Fund it's two parts. One, I was able to have um, a Charlie Harrison and H Town. No, I want to make sure I get the name right because now I think I'm gonna murder that. Um,
We like
dang it.
checking facts in
I
real
know I
time.
should be fact checking. I know it's Charlie Harrison at least. I don't want to get the I think it's H Town Sounds. I feel like 92% sure, but now I'm gonna give credit to some random entity called H Town Sounds. It's
They're
not
like,
even.
who? Yeah.
Yes. So good thing this is the internet and it's forever, so
Yeah.
that's fine. But we were
Totally
able
fine.
to produce The Ringer, and I was able to also, maybe even more excitingly, get Joe Bird, the Fiddle Witch, who I have long awaited. This song I've always heard this fiddle part in it that's very Romani kind of style, and
Oh,
I've
wow.
I've had a number of people try to do a version of it, and I just end up putting those versions in drawers and never looking at them again. But I spent honestly years trying to convince Joe Bird to participate in this activity. She lives in Galveston and she's
Wow.
incredible. And when I got this grant, I was like, Joe Bird, guess what? And so it
cool.
all worked out. The stars aligned, and I was able to have her come up to Houston and record her part for this, which was so cool at BB Gun Studios with Paul Beebe. And so we got the track, which in and of itself was exciting. But then also, even like exciting on top of exciting-er-iness,
Layer cakes of excitement.
yes, the layers of excitement. Maybe the icing to the whole thing is that my very good friend Sarah Beth Go, who was a 2025 New Folk winner, and who makes amazing stop motion videos, made a stop motion video for this song. She agreed to make a video for this song for me. And she has made videos for a couple of other people. One of whom was Tim McGraw. Just maybe you've heard of him. I don't know.
Oh,
so yeah.
it rings a bell.
Yeah. So she's awesome. Wow. And I was so excited that she agreed to make this video. It took months, literally months. I got the grant last year, and it is August 2026. It took her over 100 hours. And for those who are unfamiliar with stop motion, she made the whole thing out of felt. And it's literally like putting all the little pieces together and taking a picture and then moving the pieces 1/millionth of it and then taking a picture and moving the pieces. And that's what she did. And she listened to the song 10,000 times. And she's like, I love the song, but honestly, I don't think I could ever listen to it again.
She probably doesn't listen to Tim McGraw
I get
either.
that.
So
yeah, I bet that's also true. Actually, she co-wrote the song "Hurt People," and Tim picked that song up, and he took her video that went with it, and he kind of used that whole thing, which was another awesome little feather in her cap. So I'm very excited about that. The video is completed. The production of The Ringer is done. We had just an all-star team of folks working on it, and that is coming out, we'll say, in the next 30-ish days. I am kind of rolling that out alongside the rollout of this album, and the two are separate. Yeah, they're two separate entities and separate production teams and all that. So it's there's a lot of things, a lot of moving parts, a lot of things going on, but I'm very excited about all of it.
Well, I'll say, and part of what Howlin Dog really values, and I think we find artists that likewise value it, it's art made by human beings, and part of the artist economy has always been, Sarah, you're one of the most talented people I know. You also don't have time to do felt stop motion videos, but you know someone who could, and you were able to pass the funds along to another artist that that handmade this incredible thing. And in a world where everything's kind of being made with slop these days, I love that. I
love it too.
So important.
I'm very excited about that. Yeah, I'm very excited to not be supporting the machine that is AI. It's Moontown Sounds. It just came to mind. It's Moontown, very close to H-Town.
We knew it would come. We just had to ramble long enough.
So yes, I'm so excited. And yeah, that's the other thing. The more time that goes by, the more I wonder people are going to think this is some AI generated thing. And no, it took a real human being hours of her life that she'll never get back to make this extremely cool video, which her husband says he thinks is her best video yet. I have to agree. I have seen all of her videos and I'm super stoked about it, but maybe I'm biased. I don't know. So yeah,
you can be. You're allowed.
I am excited about putting that out and letting the whole world judge for themselves. Yeah. So yeah.
So how can Howlin Dog will share, of course, but people can follow you on the socials and things.
That's true. Yeah. Most of my daily interactions, despite what all of the online instructional videos of how to actually be a musician in 2026 dictate, everything's on Instagram for the most part. So that's Sarah with an H the right way, SARAH Golden Music, Sarah Golden Music. I do have Facebook. It's the same, Sarah Golden Music. And I try to at least roll out to those socials kind of a similar message accordingly, but the one that I actually live on and send all of my memes and reels to my close personal friends, that one's Instagram. Yeah. And yeah, otherwise I have a website, sarahgolden.com. Don't forget the H. That's true.
Never forget the H.
Yeah, I mean, it's biblical we bring that up a lot in this day and age. So at least we should be bringing it up for the spelling of my name.
Legit. It's real. Would you like to play us a song from whatever you want to play? Any of them? They're all great.
I would be happy to play. Actually, I could play The Ringer because that is the song that I am. That my project is on. I'm just going to carry the one. I don't know how this is going to sound in headphones. If this is terrible, let me know.
We'll take our behind the scenes feedback.
Yeah, as a preamble to this, this is a song that I wrote from a prompt at SWRFA, which you're going to this year. Yeah?
Yeah, Southwest Regional Folk Alliance, for those of you who don't know all those weird folk acronyms. It's a great conference, and it's in Austin every year. Yeah.
Yeah, we take over a hotel. We scoot all the furniture to the sides of the rooms on 3 floors, and you just walk room to room to room and hear incredible musicians. And it's a super amazing time. And it hits the same general demographic as the Howlin Dog reach. So there's some overlap
Howlin Dog
there.
Will be there as a presence. Terry's going to be there. I'll be there.
Right.
So
I do love seeing Terry at SWRFA. One of the cool things about it as a musician. And people, just the lay people, are allowed to come and just watch. There's official showcases on Friday and Saturday, and that's in a huge ballroom, and it's super cool. And folks can come out and listen to the top selected folks for the year at SWRFA. And then the party goes on until, I think the technical term is stupid o'clock in the morning from the hotel rooms. You really have to prepare yourself for not sleeping.
Brace yourself.
Yeah, one of the cool things about it as a performer at SWRFA is when you check in on Thursday, they give you a little prompt and you have to write a song and perform it for all of your friends and neighbors on Sunday morning at brunch. And crazily, a lot of people don't show up to brunch on Sunday. I don't understand.
Weird.
It is weird. I never feel like such a homework nerd until I'm doing my song.
We know that's you. You're like writing immediately. You're like, yes, hang on.
Like, yes. So there was one year I got the prompt, write a song with 1 chord. And I was like, oh no, this is going to be garbage. So this is going to be the most boring song ever. But then I heard other people's prompts and I was like, you know what? I'm going to give my prompt a go. I'm going to give it a try. And so I was sitting in my hotel room just trying to think, like, how do I write a song with 1 chord? And then I remembered, and it never happened before, and it's never happened again. But a few weeks before the conference, I was sitting on my patio in Houston, and I heard a very unique little bird call. And I have never done this before. And I just pulled out my phone and recorded it. I was like, that's such an interesting little bird call. This song was written 12 plus years ago now. So I still don't know what bird this is. So if
man,
anyone
so cool,
considers
though.
themselves a birder, I would love to be able to give this bird its co-writing credit.
This is your new demographic, birders, which is broad and specific at the same time.
I have just befriended all the birder communities on socials for rolling out the video. I'm like, someone help me find this. So yes, actually Samuel's mom is an account, and Samuel can imitate every bird call. And I've reached out to her in a plea, like, please tell me what Samuel thinks this bird is. So we'll see. So this song is called The Ringer. Need aboard the riverboat, sits a howdy-toddy gentleman, proud as a peacock, beside his unbeloved gentle hen. Across the velvet table sits a far more cunning bird of prey. She's an Omaha ringer, planning one more hen today. Little birdie told me that ringers wanted for a thing or two, and take care of your lady, 'cause the ringers come to raid the coop. Ooh, 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 cards are on the table, and the kitty's at capacity, till the ringer ups the ante, as if I wing your girl is leaving with me. With a fluttering heartbeat, the woman looks the ringer in the eye. Claims a peacock, says I'd like to see it, come and try. Little birdie told me that ringers wanted for a thing or two, and take care of your ladies, 'cause the ringers come to raid the coop. Ooh, Servant keys the victor, the peacock shows the room and tastes high. The ringer winks at the woman, says guess he went with a careless sigh. The peacock bathes in his riches, busy focused on the dollar signs. The woman and the ringer take a bow back until they're out of sight. Little birdie told me that ringers wanted for a thing to take care of the lady, 'cause the ringers come to raid the coop.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Dang. My previous favorite one chord song was Choctaw Bingo by James McMurtry, but perhaps Sarah Golden has overtaken.
What?
With the one chord song Genius.
First,
yeah. No offense, James.
That is a huge compliment. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you very much.
How was that doing a song, arranging something like that in the studio? Like, that's kind of non-traditional and a little bit weird to work with in a recorded
I think the
passion.
version that we did with the Moontown Sounds is fun. A lot of the percussive aspects are, because
Yeah.
obviously it takes place in a casino, like on a riverboat. So the percussion is poker chips and then card
Cool.
shuffling. It is cool. I like that little fact.
Oh my gosh.
It is. I really enjoyed watching Joe Bird put her fiddle. She had a viola actually for this, and she put a variety of different parts together. And it's just she has just this like super creepy kind of vibe going, and just a lot of kind of noise you might hear like in a scary movie.
Mm,
And I
that's
loved it so much.
exciting.
I was just geeking out watching her. I was like, oh my God, yes! So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm excited to have it all come together. But yeah, I think they just did a really great. I think they did a really great job over at Moontown. So I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to seeing the whole thing all and putting the whole thing out for the world to see.
Well, that's another kind of part of what I find key about Howlin Dog as someone that has also gotten a grant. We support, southwestern New Mexico, Colorado, Texas troubadours, and that implies kind of gigging, working songwriters. But there's this whole other art form that is so exciting when you get to record in a studio. And it's one of the aspects. I mean, everything's more expensive now, but making a record has not gotten it's weirdly been more democratic in that everyone's got recording gear now. But truly making a record with those people, getting those brilliant sounds recorded in a way that works really well, and having the ability to experiment, it costs money, right?
For sure.
And
Indeed,
that's
it does.
part of what helped me get my record done. And I'm glad it helped you get that experience, because your live show is dynamic and fantastic, but then in the studio you got Joe Bird, the fiddle witch, and poker chips and card shuffling, percussion. That's so cool.
Yeah, I love that too. Yeah, I'm excited.
Man. So the record, can people pre-order it yet? What's happening there?
So it is being released through Orchard, and there's a bio on both my website and on Insta, all of the socials. Actually, I don't know why I was going to go through them one by one. There's a link to on everything that has my name on it. That will take you to the pre-order, and I have a couple of folks relay that they've pre-ordered the album. So there is a way to pre-order the album. Mayhaps I should know all those details too.
It has miraculously appeared. We can find it.
It sure does. Yeah.
We're people that type URLs and put it on the internet.
I believe in you. Yeah, I believe in you for sure. So yeah, if it is possible to pre-order, but yes, pre-saving those links is apparently the 2026 version of being a musician, is telling the algorithms that you're interested in something before it comes out. Because fun fact, over 420,000 songs are released every Friday, the internet, and
that is insane.
It is insane. And then the algorithms need to determine who gets to, get any kind of relevance or attention. And so that's what pre-saving does. I'm learning all of these things as a 100-year-old on the inside. I'm 100.
I love that. We're old souls together. Can you talk a little about, because not to call you old again, but you've been doing this for a minute, and you've seen some shifts. You have maybe experienced some parts of the music business that a bunch of us have not gotten to, and you can get into that or not. But Sarah's been on TV, y'all. But now it's completely different. And it's changing every day. And how do you navigate that? And what are your coping mechanisms?
I mostly just rock in the fetal position on the floor in the corner of a room, whatever room I'm in. That's a good 2-3 hours a day, not in a row, unless it's like just a real day. But I try to
15 minutes at a time.
Yeah, it's good to pace yourself with that. You know what? And hilariously, because I took an 8-ish year hiatus, and the very first thing I learned when I came back, because I used to put my set list on a pad of paper on the floor. before. And I registered, I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my God, I can't read that at all. It's so far away. And I'm like,
Things
is
have
it always been
changed.
so dark in here? So now I have my set list on top of my guitar, which
That's just
is
called adapting and growing.
way way easier. And you know what? And I'm not even hip to the jive. All these kids, including one Susan Gibson, has electronics like on their mic stand, and I'm not there yet. I still
That's
have not
fancy people
graduated
stuff.
to using a whole iPad or whatever, being able to scroll through stuff. Because knowing me, my thing would fall asleep, and I'd be like, "Oh, dang it!" Halfway through a
Yeah.
song, trying to put my password in, I'm like, "No, I got it wrong." So yeah, I just
I
don't even
too
mess
just
with
like
that.
a notebook.
Yeah. I'm a
Yeah.
pen and paper. I got a real obsession with pens. I have a very specific pen.
Do you write songs analog still? Do you
I sure do.
notebook it?
And that's
That's
also
awesome.
a funny fact. I've written with Susan, and she writes on her little iPad, and then I will give her grief about it because I'm like, I'm writing like normal people, but then when we're editing and going through it, she's like, "Do you want me to just send you this?" I'm like, "Yeah, okay, send me what you
Yeah, I
have."
guess
So
that's
I can,
easy.
it does seem convenient.
It takes all kinds, guys. I was just
It's
listening
true.
to a interview with Mary Chapin Carpenter, well, all of our North Stars, and she still legal pads it with a mechanical pencil, and I was like,
Oh, I
that's
like
hardcore,
that.
man. Like I
See, I
use a
love
pen.
that. If I could keep a mechanical pencil like with lead, I would be all over that. But every mechanical pencil I have, I'm like, why haven't I thrown
Yeah,
this
you're
out
like,
yet?
I can't do this. This is
Yeah.
not my medium. Yeah.
I also
Oh my
used to
gosh.
be that kid who had a collection of mechanical pencils and all the little leads that I would put in there. I'm sure it's still possible. I have been
True
razzed
nerddom.
recently for, printing things and owning a printer. Someone was like, "You have a printer?" I'm like, "Yeah, what do you mean you have a printer?
I
You
do
have a
too.
desk." And they're like, "So wait, you go to Office Depot or something and buy paper?" I'm like, "Yeah, in the reams. That's how
Oh my
that
God.
works." So yeah, I still do be living that Ream life with printers,
The
and
Ream Life. Can we start that
yeah,
reality show where it's just
hashtag Ream life.
us all trying to print things while our
Look,
magenta's out?
I swear I just printed, and now
I
it's saying
put
it doesn't know where the printer is, doesn't recognize.
I want to print black, but it says my cyan's out. I don't think these
Yeah,
things matter.
yeah, that's real. The struggle is real. Hashtag Ream life. That's
Oh my
a show I would
God.
watch at least 1.5 episodes of.
Your friend of mine, speaking of Susan Gibson, she's the one typing in all these captions. So can we get a
Excellent.
hashtag Ream Life, Suze?
Hashtag
Anyway,
Ream life.
yeah,
There it
thank
is.
you.
Perfect. Thank you.
We knew she was on it. Oh
I
my
think
God.
we want to put those together though, because I worry.
Could be some other things.
There's other stuff and things out there. I don't know
The
what all this
internet's a
stuff
lot.
means, but you never know. It's the internet times. Yeah.
Okay, back to business. Livewire is coming out in November. A single is already out. Another one comes out August 21st, which is not very far from now when this is airing.
Right.
Do you want to play us one more song?
Sure. I will say I just wrote a new song that's only been out in the world once.
Ooh.
I wrote this. Susan helped me write this. I'm a big fan of standing up for the little guy. I don't know if people have registered that about me yet, but this is especially true in this case. I don't want to give a whole lot of a preamble to it. We can speak to it at the end, but just to reiterate, just trying to humanize an entity that is an important part of everybody's daily life. So here we go. They do the dirty work. They do the thankless job. Clocking when the sun goes down and labor till the dawn. They don't get vacation days. There are no benefits. They never get the weekends off. It's a constant marathon. I wonder about their hopes and dreams. If they have aspirations, by the time they have the time to kill, they're already dead and gone. In the time it takes a bruise to fade, or tender resignation. They fulfill their purpose in life. The cycle starts over. The next generation, sending them off to the grind. I'm sitting at this red light with my hand on the horn, rushing to a place I don't really wanna go. Past 1,000 different faces that I'll never meet. I'm left scratching my head, and that's when I know what an epiphany. I'm not alone. There's 1,000 tiny creatures that call my face home. They hide from the sun and they work through the night. My constant companions, the Demodex mites. Thank you. Yeah.
Dude, that's great.
Yeah, my mom said that song was a waste of talent.
Listen, we don't always have to listen to our mothers.
You know what? I think we have a symbiotic relationship with Demodex mites, and a lot of people don't like to talk about it, but everybody has Demodex mites, and
oh my God,
they do. They work real hard, and I don't think they get enough appreciation for their service. So, yeah.
That's so funny. I'm having a coughing fit. This is great.
Oh, no.
This is not even live, and I'm like, oh my God. Anyway, hang on one second.
Yeah. Yes. Demodex in action.
It's great.
No, they're only on the face. They're not in the throat.
I've had a whole thing. I've been getting over a back problem and a cold at the same time, and then you cough and then your back hurts. It's weird.
Yeah. Oh, that is really something cool.
Yeah, it's great. Getting old. Can't see your set list.
Right. And, you know, everyone's like, you're not old. And I'm like, I have 2 herniated discs and plantar fasciitis. Not to brag, but
you're making me feel
all
better.
These old people are like, just never get old. And I'm like, wait, it gets worse than this?
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, I really am concerned about future state. So, yeah.
I think, I don't know if that song will end up on a future project of yours, but you know,
absolutely
you
it will.
Consider it. Yeah, totally.
It absolutely will.
Your mom's opinion notwithstanding, but
I, for one, am very proud of that song. I think it's a beautiful song. And yeah, I'm excited to get it out. I'm trying to figure out how to soften the blow because a lot of people get freaked out about it. And in fact, I don't even I'm not sure. I don't have a title yet. I'm thinking unsung heroes, just so people don't know. Because I just had saved it as Demodex mites, and I'm sure people are like, nope.
Right, skip, or they'll be like, interesting. I don't know.
Like, gross. What?
I don't think you need to soften anyone's blow here. Wait, hang on.
I'm not sure.
Take that back.
This is a little children's friendly.
That is. Sarah, you always bring that out of me where I say something awkward.
You know what? I've considered a penchant.
It's a skill.
It is. It's like a gift from God or something. I don't know where I get this, but
oh my God,
you're welcome.
Our producer Susan Gibson has noted that we are at our half-hour block. You're playing a gig right now in Durango, but you're also here. Thank you for joining us.
Absolutely, it's my pleasure.
Sarah,
and thank you so much to Howlin Dog and all of the supporters. It is because of supporters like you that I'm able to fulfill some hopes and dreams of my own. And it really is a big deal. I had $0 and then I got this grant and I had not $0. And I was able to put together this very cool project that I can't wait to share with the world. So it really does matter. And it means something to real humans making real art. So thank you all very much in these trying times.
Amen to that. That it's true. It's being a patron or a donor, you can actually see these projects kind of come to fruition in real time, which is really cool. Because a lot of times people need the grant to start something or to finish it, or somewhere in the middle. And it's really cool to see the process. Your process has been so fun to watch, and I can't wait for the whole record to come out. So everybody pre-order that. SarahGolden.com with an H, the right way.
Right. That's right, the right way. And just being part of Howlin Dog has actually gotten me closer to all of you all. You had sent out a message early on, like, "Hey, everybody, welcome! Now you're part of the family." And I was like, "Oh, family! You know what families do? Families play together and stuff. So are we playing together?" So I feel like I've done my best to take full advantage of the Howlin Dog familial ties here, and coercing Susan to co-write songs and hashtag Dream Life.
Life.
What's up? And I'm so proud to and happy to be a part of this family, and I'm excited for the 2026 recipients, and I'm excited for the future recipients after that. I can't wait to watch everybody's projects unfold.
Yeah. Well, we're so happy you're in the fam, and thank you again for joining us. And I'm going to send it back to Jana and Sandi in the studio from Jana and Sarah in the time warp. Bye.
Bummer that Sandi's not here. I was so prepared that Past Me announced me and Sandi, but Sandi is taking care of car trouble. But how about that? That was Sarah Golden. She's just a powerhouse. That's the word for Sarah. Unstoppable, driving around the country, playing shows. She's got a really cool van that she shares. She's also really good at video stuff. So check out Sarah's socials. You can hook it up at sarahgolden.com. Sarah with an H. She pointed out the correct way, she says. But what a light, and a songwriter out there truly troubadouring it, writing about what's happening in the world right now. I think that's one of the main purposes of songwriters, is to be a mirror on society, and all of our grant winners are that kind of writer in all different facets. It's really fascinating, the array of people we have on the roster. So thank you. Terry informed me that we have gotten a few donations tonight, so thank you. My competitive spirit is soaring. We got at least $200 donations, so that puts us up to, Terry had said $9,200, but then she just swooped in with another donation. So we are climbing toward that $10,000 goal, which is halfway. Our halfway goal of our whole way goal is $20K this week. We would love to raise $20,000. That would fund a whole year of grants, which would be amazing. And we do need a little bit of money to operate as a nonprofit, but I will say I've been on the periphery of a lot of nonprofits, and being so involved in this one, I'm very proud to say most all of the money we take in goes straight back out to artists. So don't think that your money is going into some weird fund somewhere that may or may not reach an artist like Sarah Golden, or Ben Jones, or Jennifer Foster, or Kateri Lopez, or Michael O'Connor, or Terry Hendricks, or Michael Hearn, who I saw is watching tonight. Michael Hearn is our Legacy Grant awardee this year, and has a new record coming out. And holy crap, we love Michael so much. Terry said our stat is we spend over $40,000 a year on grants. That makes sense. Yeah, my math is, no one hires me for my math skills, but $20K would get us halfway there to really cruising along with helping artists. So thank you for that, Terry. Terry also said, Lisa Corey, you should check her out. She was one of 2025's award winners. Lisa, and her last name is Kori. She lives in Santa Fe, New Mexico. She has a really cool vibe where she's mixing. She's mixing. She calls it Americana music, and a lot of Americana has influences from, say, Celtic music and Scottish music and things we've pulled in that we call Americana. And Lisa is Asian American, and she is pulling in that influence into her music, and it's incredible. And she did a live recording up at Howlin Dog Studios and some video stuff. And Terry just told me, has won at the Austin Shorts Fest, which is a fabulous film festival. Lisa won Best Music Video Award for the hybrid format of musical performance and documentary, and it includes footage from her Howlin' Dog recording. So our grant winners are doing cool stuff, and that's really, really awesome to hear. We have Poet Hawkins coming up in about 5 minutes with us, and he will be live. So, I told you guys I had a coughing fit in that Sarah interview, and I did. But you know what's funny? It's always worse how you think it went down than what happened. And I was like, oh, that wasn't in my brain. I was coughing for 5 minutes, but that was still worth a pity donation of $5 per cough if you guys are watching along. So, and thanks to Sarah for pre-recording that. She's gigging tonight because she's awesome. Oh my God, something happened there. I don't know what happened. It is thunderstorming outside, but I don't think that's the issue. Okay, I'm back. I'm live. Everything seems fine. Let's do that. We're going to bring Poet up in a little bit. I have some stats, and I'm going to start telling you the stats about why we do what we do. Howlin' Dog started as a group of folks, myself included, trying to make a record label that would help artists put their music out. Don Richmond is a prolific and wonderful producer, and a lot of projects he was making, they'd get done, and then what would happen? And we thought maybe a label system would help. And we quickly learned that to be a successful, quote unquote, music label, we would have to essentially make money off the artists, and we didn't want to do that. And we couldn't find another way to make money without basically exploiting the artists we were trying to help. So we could not do a proper record label, which is why Howlin' Dog Music Group was formed as a nonprofit, because this is a way more functional and efficient way to get money to artists that need it without worrying about the multiple layers of capitalism and, dare I say, BS that artists have to live through to get their music out there. I'm going to throw some stats at you later, but I will start with just the amount. So, I was talking earlier, and maybe you guys can relate. I do buy physical product. I think in a weird way, physical media is coming back. I think more people are starting to appreciate it because it's something you own and that cannot be deleted unless you throw your CD or vinyl in the trash, right? So I do listen that way, but when I'm on the go, when I'm walking with my phone and my earbuds, it's streaming. It's a streaming service, and a streaming service pays anywhere from 1 cent, which is high, per stream, all the way down to 0.001 cent. There is a range there. If you're choosing a streaming service, Tidal is the one that pays the most. They pay 1 cent a stream, which is actually kind of incredible. Apple Music is second. They pay 0.006 cents a stream. Amazon and Spotify pay about 0.004 cents a stream, and Spotify is still the megalith of streaming. And YouTube pays 0.001 cent a stream. Thanks, YouTube. So if you do the math, 1,000 streams is about $4. something Spotify has just enacted in this last year is a new rule that if your song doesn't get streamed 1,000 times in a calendar year, which maybe sounds like not that much to you, but most working indie artists aren't getting that kind of number. You need to hit 1,000 streams in a calendar year to even start earning money. So your first 1,000 streams are no pay, essentially under Spotify's model, which is taking even more money from the independent artists, because I could get 999 streams from you guys in a year and they're not going to pay me. They're going to keep that income for themselves. So Howlin Dog sat down and we're like, these numbers are bad, and I'm going to give you some more in a minute, but we thought we would at least try to have a way to give a chunk of money to people actively working on projects that are trying to get them done. And we can only do that through your donations. And so we thank you very much. HowlinDogMusic.org. The link is in the pinned comment on our Facebook page. There's no G in howling, so HowlinDogMusicGroup.org. And you can give us a donation. And there's a lot of levels. We love a recurring donation. And if you do a $25 a month or more recurring donation, you'll get a hoodie, a tote bag, and a really cool patch. So think about that. I'm about to bring poet Hawkins on, who is a grant awardee from Austin, Texas. Very excited to talk to poet. Maybe the coolest name amongst all of us here. I think so. And Poet is going to be live with us. So Sarah was pre-recorded. Poet's here live. And it's been a real honor just as a grant recipient to get to meet these other artists. I'm going to check with Susan and see if we're bringing Poet on. There he is. I will not have a coughing fit during this interview. I hope. Hi, Poet. How's it going? I think he's waiting backstage. Can you hear me, Poet?
Check 1, 2.
We can hear him. Let's see. Are you there? I don't know if Poet can hear me.
Oh.
We might have a lag.
I don't hear anything.
I might keep talking until Poet says hi. Once again, check us out on our socials. Facebook, Howlin Dog Music Group. That's where we're live streaming from, so you might be there already. But follow us and share this with your friends. That is another key way I've found of letting people know about music is word of mouth. The algorithms love to tell us what to listen to, right?
Hello.
Ah, Poet's here. Can you hear me?
Let's see. Uh-oh.
Maybe.
I could hear.
There's always some kind of weird
You can't
sound
hear
stuff
me?
with your streaming. Yes, we can hear you.
You can hear me, I can't hear you.
Yeah, okay.
Kamari, do you have any headphones? iPhone? Okay, give me 1 second.
Cool.
I thought that would work.
I was chatting about. Oh yeah, we get recommended stuff by the algorithm so much that it kind of feels second nature. Yeah. But I think the most valuable recommendation we can give and offer and share is our own personal sharing of people's music that we love. And that can be all the way on up to Taylor Swift, who doesn't need my money, but I talk about her a lot. But I love talking about the artists in the Howlin Dog community. Poet, can you hear me?
All right. Still no volume from your end.
Weird. We're getting there. We'll figure it out.
The volume is up.
Sarah's logged on. Hi, Sarah. Thank you for listening and being here.
You can hear me?
Yep, can hear you. but I don't think Poet can hear me.
Front camera.
That's weird.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. What about now?
We can hear you. Can you hear me?
Oh, man.
Uh-oh.
It says headphones.
Sometimes these tech things, they just don't want to do the job the night of when we're live.
Maybe I should go out and try to come back in?
Sure.
All right.
All right. Luckily, Jana is prepared for this. We'll get Poet back on. This is sort of exciting because now I can read you more stats. I don't know if you guys are excited about this, but I am. So I was saying, what an artist earns per stream, and the fact that you need to hit basically 1,001 streams on Spotify before you start earning any money at all is a new rule they have made to basically screw over indie artists. But let's dig into that. So that means 314,000 streams a year is what is needed to earn minimum wage for an artist. 314,000 streams every year will even just start to get you to minimum wage, which is insane. So Howlin Dog is here to work with artists and address that. Poet, are you on? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yay!
Woo,
you know what?
Did it.
Sometimes you got to just turn it off and turn it back on again. And that's all I've learned with technology. So happy to have you. Thank you for being here.
Happy to be here.
You're from Austin, Texas, correct? Or living there now?
I am in Austin.
Heck yeah.
It's great. So good out here.
Such a good music town. Tell us a little about yourself and your music and whatever you would like to say. The stage is yours. We're happy to have you.
I always say that my dad was a songwriter, and I knew that at some point I was just going to give it a try. And when I did, boy, it just got a hold of me, something serious. Wow. And I haven't looked back. And that was 25 years ago. And wow. I am still writing like I'm 18 years old. It's unbelievable.
That's amazing.
I feel completely inspired. Austin just, Austin is a special place. And I think, as a songwriter coming here was one of the best decisions that I could have made.
That's so good. I feel the same way. I showed up to Austin after college, not really knowing what I was doing. And it was such a open, warm, and busy music community that you couldn't help but get sucked into doing it. Yeah. That's awesome. How would you describe your music to someone new to you in case someone watching tonight doesn't know who you are?
Oh man, how would I describe my music?
I personally hate this question, so I'm sorry to ask you.
Yeah, no. I feel like if someone just turned their emotions up to 10, but like in a good way, that they could just feel and see and articulate everything that they were feeling. Sure. I would say that's how my music feels. I really want to just be articulate about some of the things that I feel and how I say them. And I'm so lucky that people, they're just rocking with me, man. It's such a great feling.
I love that. I love that description. Turn your emotions and feelings up to 10. That's fantastic. Would you mind playing us a song?
Sure.
Prepped for that?
Can you hear that piano?
Let's see. Well,
a little light.
Yeah, turn it up if you can. Yeah.
Okay. I'll give you a little more volume. Where is the volume? Here we go. Oh.
Oh, there's the volume.
Yeah. Can you hear that?
Mm-hmm.
All right. This song is called Safe Enough. Take off the gloves when you're ready. Throw in the towels you made. You gotta punch those fears in the mouth. You gotta want those ropes to let you out. Stay on that ice till you're ready. Show me your past isn't heavy. You gotta know some hearts weigh you down. You never know how deep till you get out. There's a hole that you feed with the memories you feel. Don't try to hide it. Fight when you find it. There's a nightmare you love, but you can't wake it up. Tell me you're trying. Tell me your heart feels safe with me. Safe with me. Cancel the debt when you're ready. You need a love that'll buy you out. You gotta want those dreams in your account. You gotta make that joy the right amount. There's a hole that you feed with the memories you feel. Don't try to hide it. Fight when you find it. There's a nightmare you love, but you can't wake it up. Tell me you're trying. Tell me your heart feels. But the hole in your heart's getting wider. And the wound to your pride doesn't heal. Oh, and you get anxious when I tell you how I feel. You don't feel safe right here. There's a hole that you feed, the memories you feel. Don't try to hide it. Fight when you find it. There's a nightmare you love, but you can't wake it up. Tell me you're trying. Tell me your heart feels safe with me. Safe with me.
I'm muted because I was listening. That's me, not you. Don't worry. That was gorgeous.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
As we say, music by humans for humans, and Jana's muted because I'm a human.
Yeah.
Poet, that was gorgeous. Talk a little about your, you got a grant from Howlin Dog.
I did.
What has that unlocked for you in terms of projects, or what are you working on?
You know, there's a couple of things that it did. Every artist, whether we admit it or not, we don't walk around with the shirt that says, I need someone to kind of believe in me. And when Howlin Dog came through, that's really what it was. It's like, hey, man, somebody really believes in what I'm trying to do. And that jolt sometimes is even more important than the financial aspect, which is very important. Mm-hmm. It also allowed me to get to the finish line with this project. And we're so close, and I'm so excited about these songs. And, you know, being able to pay awesome musicians, being able to, you know, get the drums recorded in a way that you want, being able to pivot sometimes. You know, I think sometimes, you know, you want to pick the right guys, but what if you don't? What if the songs change? What if the sounds change? A grant from Howlin Dog really just, especially the way it's, the way they just handle everything. You just feel good about the process, and it gives you time to think and really do things in order to get your project and get your music out into the world. So I'm super excited about being able to do that with the help of Howlin Dog.
You make such a great point. Like, the money is great, but I've felt that too. Having an organization or a group of people that are into music and care deeply about it say, here, you're doing something cool in this moment, it helps a lot. Like, it is rough out there, and sometimes we're all on our own little islands because we have to be to go away and write our songs. I don't know how you write, but your name is Poet, so I think you come from a very internalized place there. But then there's a point where you need a community, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. So what is do you have a next step in the process? Are you still recording, or is that part done?
Yeah.
How's
So
that
we're
going?
almost done recording. We were going to try to do the drums one way, and it just didn't, wasn't going to be what I wanted. So we are finishing up the drums. The songs are finished. I still need to record my vocals, but to be honest, Jen, I'm always writing and just wanting to make sure that the words are absolutely not even perfect, just very articulate. So final tweaks on words, getting these drums done, a great studio that we're going to be in to get the drums done.
Yeah.
And I think the other thing too, financially, sometimes you've got to just wait to meet your people, right? Like when I originally got awarded, some of the studios that I was looking at were outside of my budget.
Sure.
But it was through playing and meeting people and actually needing a guitar player that I found a guy with a really great room and a really great rate.
Awesome.
And so, just like I said, being able to know that I can finish that. And it's nothing wrong with the big studios. It's just we've got to put this record out and then push the record and then still live and do all the things. So, yeah, we're on the last stages, man. I'm really, really happy and really excited.
That's exciting. I loved what you said, too. I have not done a project for myself or working with anyone else that hasn't had several pivots in it. And sometimes either that's an artistic thing, sometimes it's a process thing, and that means pivoting costs a little bit of money. And but it's the right artistic choice for the project, right?
Yeah.
So being able to do that and just having a little extra fundage to do that is important. I've been there, I want to say.
Definitely. Yep.
Do you feel at home in a studio? Do you love playing live? Would you rather be at home by yourself? Sometimes like me. Where's your happy place?
I love both. I do think I love songwriting more than I love performing. So I love being home and being around keyboards and guitars and instruments. And I like to say that I never like for a song to get past me. I like to just grab every single song that I'm supposed to have. I want to have it, whether it's wise. A full song or a voice memo. And I'm just believing that I'll get around to, giving it some legs. But yeah, coming from LA, pre-COVID, most of the shows you're playing are 45 minutes. You're up, you're off. And coming to Austin, my mind was blown. It was like 3 hours. What?
Yeah, different scene for sure.
What? 3? Okay.
Right.
And so, yeah, I had the material when I moved here and I started playing shows. But it wasn't until I really played a few shows and got around town. And so now I literally played 3 hours straight, all originals. I just love it. And
holy moly, that is a feat, and congratulations.
Yeah, it's such a great feeling. It's such a great music town and a music crowd. I'm never surprised anymore that people stop and listen. I play a regular spot here, and there was a guy I saw last time, and I was unpacking, and he tipped me. He was like, "I'm leaving, but I know you're going to do a good job." And he tipped me. And I was like, where does that happen? Maybe it happens in New York. Maybe it happens in LA. I don't know.
I think it's Texas. Yeah. Texas is special, and especially Austin. Yeah. I agree with you. So, and you really learn to cut your teeth there. Some of my earliest gigs were just like at an artist market in downtown Austin for 4 hours. And I did not have a full set list. So I repeated songs, but I was the wandering minstrel, you know.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
really helps. Like, it's just how you like learn who you are as a performer, you know.
yeah. It
And
really does.
that's
And
awesome.
did you ever play at the airport?
I did, yeah. I
Oh, the
loved
airport
the
is so cool.
airport gigs.
You know what I've realized, Jana, is that at any moment when somebody walks by and you're singing,
Yeah.
they gotta have something that they can grab onto.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people that are walking by in the airport that are trying to catch their flight, or somebody that's just out at a, you know, having a glass of wine. But
Yep.
every moment that they get a chance to hear you, they should hear you. They shouldn't. And there's nothing wrong with covers. Don't get me wrong. There's a time
Sure.
and a place for that. But
Yeah.
why not let people hear what I have to say and what I'm working on and what I believe is going to, you know, change my life.
Well,
You
and what
know?
a gift. Like, they are not going to hear that anywhere else, and they
Yeah.
happen to be traveling through somewhere to somewhere, and that's such an interesting. I love that the Austin airport does that,
Yeah.
because that's nowhere else, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Nashville has it, but they're covers, so you're exactly right.
Oh, no way.
Where are they going to get a piece of like poet Hawkins singing a song he wrote
Oh,
3 weeks
yeah.
ago? You know, that's a form of magic, I think.
Yeah. See, that would have kind of,
Yeah. Different
it would have,
scene.
yeah,
I love
different scene.
Austin. Yeah. I want to say, Terry just told me we got a $500 donation while you were
Wow.
playing. So that's all Poet
Awesome.
Hawkins right there. So thank you to that donor.
Wow. Yeah.
And another
Thank you.
$50 donation came in just now. So
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
we are rocking it with your beautiful art. Would you mind playing us one more song tonight?
Sure, sure, sure.
And then we'll keep chatting a little bit. But yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, let's do this one. The song is called Let It Be Now. Choosing lovers can be deceiving. Try to put on your best smile to make it easy. But if love could find me once, twice should be an easy string to put a bow on what I'm needing. I wanna be ready when it finds me. Don't wanna keep waiting on what's behind me. It feels like a good time to fall in love right now. Feels like the perfect day for fate to be on time. If just one prayer would make it through the clouds, and love would be an answer in the crowd. Let it be right now. Right now. Plant that dream right where you need it. But you gotta let that sunlight work before you see it. And if joy could find me once, 10 times I would wait on the rain. That's a seed I plan on using. I wanna be ready when it finds me. Don't wanna keep waiting on what's behind me. It feels like a good time to fall in love right now. Feels like the perfect day for fate to be on time. If just one prayer would make it through the clouds, and love would be an answer in the crowd. Let it be right now.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So good. You know what? If I were walking through an airport trying to catch a flight and I heard that, I'd be like, my day is fine. I'm going to be great.
Yeah.
Or anywhere, but I was thinking airports based on our conversation.
Yeah.
Oh, delightful. Thank you, Poet.
You're welcome.
Are you playing shows? What you got coming up? Anything you
Oh
want to talk about?
man,
And how can
yeah.
people find you? Tell us how to find you.
So
We
you
know.
can find me right now just on Instagram at Poet Hawkins. That's really the only social that I'm sort of pushing.
Awesome.
I do. I was lucky enough to sort of get the lay of the land when I first got here. So I have a series of places that I play regularly.
Oh, great.
Mozart's by the lake,
Oh, yeah.
House Wine. They're on First Street now. Vintage Books and Wine,
Cool.
and the airport. And those are probably,
That's awesome.
I play each one of those about once a month. I've also consistently been going out to the Tuesday night open mic at Mozart's. And that has been another sort of game changer for me.
Ooh, tell us about open mics, because I've done a lot. What do you dig about them? What are you finding in that one?
You know, when I first got here, it was different because it was longer. It's more people and you got to kind of sit through it.
Yeah.
What I realized though is that if you don't love music and you don't love people, you might as well not go.
Fair.
You know, because everybody's at different places in their journey.
Yeah.
And if you can't hear something in that song that makes you appreciate it, or if you don't want to wait 2.5 hours to sing your song because you're really just wanting people to hear you, you don't care about people, you don't care about, then you're not going to have a good time. And so every year I think I see a new wave of people come through. Yeah. And some people come in and they start playing shows and then you don't see them again. Yeah. And then some people, life happens and you don't see them again. But it's been great. We've been writing a song a week probably for the last 3.5, 4 years.
Oh my God.
And it has changed my songwriting. Some of my favorite songs.
So you write a song during the week and then take it to the open mic?
Every week.
Incredible. Oh my
God. And
gosh.
it's a group of us and we've all just gotten so much better. I like to say that I could just run through a brick wall to get the song that I know is for me. And my imagination has completely been unlocked. I feel so free. And it's been great.
That's incredible.
Yeah. So,
I want to go to Mozart's Tuesday night open mic. I'll be driving from Albuquerque, so wait.
Yeah.
No, I think I did that too when I moved to town so many years ago. But it's the open mic scene is how you meet people. It's how you meet your people, so to speak. Like who might want to play a gig with me, or who's a guitar player I could work with, or it's such a good grounding force and not to be taken for granted.
And I think it's good that you say grounded because there is I call it the gigging tax. It just wears on you. 2023 was my best year performing financially, and I was just like, I'm not writing enough songs.
Oh man, the trade-off is
the trade-off. And I see so many people that, they get after it, but then you're gonna burn out. You've got to figure out how to pace yourself. And so, being consistent with going to this particular open mic. Has helped me to sort of stay grounded and stay humble because for all the accolades, playing Luck Reunion, going to Corpus Christi, I saw Sarah. I was there with Sarah.
Incredible.
Winning, awards and grants and doing things, being around other writers is nothing like it. Hearing your song sung back to you by some of your closest friends is way more fun than singing to 1,000 strangers that, until you get to that point, right? Because you might play a big stage, but the people don't necessarily know you. You're just like there. But to hear your songs back is just
oh man, you make such good points because talking about community again, like that touring life is
it's hard.
It's hard and it can get lonely because you're not in that. You don't have your 10 friends with you. We're indie artists. We got to do it alone. Susan just told me we're $50 away from tonight's goal, which is
let's go.
Somebody wants to pledge $50. We are so close. Okay, so I just love Mozart's too. I used to go hang out there just because it's pretty.
It's still so cool.
Man, I can't wait. I'm going to go, if I'm in Austin, I'm going to hang there on a Tuesday and see if you're there.
Yeah.
Poet, what a delight. And we can find you on Instagram, Poet
Yeah.
Hawkins, and your project will be coming out.
Yep.
And we're so excited. We will share it with the Howlin Dog community. And just thank you so much for it's awesome to like be
Yeah.
able to help artists, and you are
Yeah.
truly at your core just an artist. So thank you so much
Thank you.
thanks for submitting. Like, how did you find us, and what was the application process like?
Man.
If there are artists watching, you seem like the right guy to encourage people.
Yeah, you've got to have your antennas up for opportunities. Everything that's happened to me since I've been in town was just me hearing about something and just doing the work to get my name and get the application through. So I think I saw it on Instagram. Don't quote me. It was either from BMI or it was, and I'm forgetting her name, but she did some graphic design work for me.
Okay. Yeah.
And so I saw it and I was like, hey,
awesome.
That looks like something I should try to take advantage of. And the application, it wasn't, exhausting. It was fairly easy, and sending music. And I think, trying to send things that are a reflection of what you're trying to do and who you are is important. And also, I think just really being honest in the application process,
Totally.
So.
I think you make a really great point that sometimes we see things I have to apply. Number one, I don't have time, or I don't want to do the form, or I won't get it anyway. And I think artists, especially artists, like to beat themselves up, but we're also like, oh, there's probably 1,000 people applying and I'll never get it. And it's not like, you have to shoot your shot.
You have
like
to
you
shoot
just said, and everyone's so unique and valuable with
I see so many people that it's like, hey man, why don't we just say we need money?
Yeah, exactly. Because we do.
Because we do. And so when you see things like that, especially here in Austin, all the different opportunities, you just got to at least try. And if you don't get it, then you got to keep trying.
Yeah.
You got to really just stay plugged into the city, because you just never know.
That's it. And just because you applied for one doesn't mean you shouldn't apply for the next 10, because, odds in your favor and all that stuff. Yeah. Oh, Poet, I'm excited for your project. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'll be listening. And if you're in the Austin, Texas area, please go see Poet play.
Please do.
And thank you for your time tonight.
Thank you guys. This was fun.
Yeah.
So good to see everybody.
We'll see you soon. Appreciate it.
Bye, guys.
Thanks, Poet. Man, that was awesome. I said it in the first part of the show, but I'm on the project committee, and it's so fun to go through everyone's submissions, and just everyone has such a different voice. And Poets was definitely just, you immediately hear him sing and you're like, tell me more, which is a great thing to have. Guys, thank you so much for your donations tonight. We are close to our $10,000 goal, which is 50% of our total goal for the week, which is not bad for a hump day, right? We are Wednesday, midweek. We're getting there. We're plowing through. I'm going to be on for about 13 more minutes. I've been talking all night. My co-host, Sandi Mueller, couldn't be here due to car trouble, but she's okay. We got word that she's got a new tire. So Sandi's doing all right. We're doing all right. Sandi and Rod host a wonderful house concert called Backyard at Green, and Sandi's on our board. And that's another facet of who is part of Howlin Dog. It's artists are on the board, but also people that help artists, like make it part of their whole thing to help artists and host them at their house of all things, which is insane. Justin, Terry says we got our last $50 for our $10,000 goal tonight. So thank you, guys. But that does not mean that you can stop. I'm an overachiever. If someone else out there has $50, $25, $20, who has $20? Keep going, because we will give every dollar of what you give us to an artist like Poet Hawkins, or Sarah Golden, or Jana, or Ben Jones, or God, I opened up the thing to read more artists. Megan Burt in Colorado, outstanding artist. Pat Byrne in Austin, a lot of you know Pat. Raina Rose, who is so cool. These are, I'm reading off 2025 recipients. Crow and Gazelle were on the other night, and they're just an outstanding duo that write such deep, meaningful songs, but also killer harmonies. Lisa Corey, I saw she was on the chat a little bit, who's making such a cool project and just won an award for her music and video work. So we're giving money to folks who are actively doing stuff and in process, and we'll keep you updated on everybody's projects, which is another cool part of joining the family, being a donor. I keep threatening you guys with more stats. So like, great, here's the statistics part of the evening. But I think this is important to hear. So we already covered, on average, one stream on one of your streaming services, and I'm putting them all together, but 0.004 cents is what an artist makes when you stream their music after the first 1,000 streams. No one pays you for the first 1,000 streams now, which is a new rule that Spotify made up. But after that, so that means at 0.004 cents, that on average, it would take 314,000 plays a year to reach minimum wage for an artist. And I don't know if you guys check your favorite indie artist streaming numbers, but that's not happening for the most part. Many of us have tens of listeners, sometimes hundreds, sometimes a few thousand, which is great, but that doesn't pay bills, and it doesn't afford projects and recording and studios and paying artists to make things. And you heard Sarah's interview earlier. She paid a stop motion artist to make a whole video out of felt for her. That's not AI. That's not computer generated anything. It's a human being manipulating pieces of felt to Sarah's music, which is insanely cool. So your donations help do that and combat how much the entire industry has changed. You used to be able to sell a CD at the merch table and get 15 or 20 bucks. And a lot of artists still do, but the numbers of that have gone down because many of us don't have CD players in our cars anymore. I don't. Some of us don't have them at home. It's hard to sell physical media these days, so everyone turns to streaming, but streaming doesn't pay. So where does that leave an artist? Let's keep going through the numbers. 1,000 plays will make an artist like Poet or me $3 to $5. 10,000 plays, which sounds amazing. I would love to have 10,000 streams on something. That's 30 bucks, 30 to 40 bucks in Spotify land. 100,000 plays, that means you're killing it, right? That's $400. And 1 million plays. If you get 1 million plays, you're in like doing pretty good streaming wise territory. That makes you $3,000 to $5,000, which is not a sustainable career model. And unfortunately, a lot of the business has changed in that direction to where the artists are the last people to get paid. So Howlin Dog Music Group exists to try to combat some of that. And we wish we could give grants to everybody that applies. But our goal is, as we raise more money every year, to give more. We won't grow, we won't buy new computers for our organization. Or as Sarah Golden would say, we won't buy more reams of paper and ink for our printers. We will give it to the artists. So we will be able to give more grants to more artists as we grow as an organization. That is our only goal. Terry just sent a note that Jim Bradley from the Rifters, excellent band, would have to have 40,000 streams to equal one hat. Guys, and there's 3 Rifters. So we need 120,000 streams to buy each of the Rifters a hat. I'm not sure that's cool. I don't think the Rifters should be able to just get hats. You guys should check out the Rifters too. They are fantastic and they wear cool hats and they play cool music. But anyway, so then you pivot to there's other things online, right? And I do encourage you guys donate to Howlin Dog. Point number one. If you want to support an artist you really love, you can stream them. That's great. I will never tell someone not to stream my music or anyone else's that I love. But buying downloads or a physical product on Bandcamp is a great way to support an artist. When you buy something for $10 on Bandcamp, an artist gets $7.90 of that, which that's a huge percentage increase from the streaming model, right? But that's still that's over 1,000 streams worth of money in the artist's pocket. But that's $7. And when you think about what it costs to make a record, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the cost of making a record. A lot of things have gotten cheaper in this world, right? Now we can play any music we want for $12.99 a month, right? That's cheap. That's a good deal. But the cost of recording and paying professionals to make a record really hasn't changed all that much. A general estimate, and it varies depending on the studio. Poet was talking about, like, he found a studio he could afford, but he talked to several others that were just out of his price range because things vary as to who's running the studio, the equipment, the gear, the time, all that kind of stuff. On average, I would say it costs about $1,000 to up. You can go as high as you want. 1,000 to, let's keep it on the indie scale, $5,000. $1,000 to $5,000 per song to record, mix, and master it for release in a professional capacity. A lot of people try to keep it around that 1,000, but what if you have 10 songs? Then suddenly, to get a fully produced record, that's already $10,000 out of your pocket. That's before you've even done artwork or thought about a promotion campaign, which is one of the few ways that artists are able to get their music out there in this Wild West landscape of social media. So you have to hire a publicist, or you can do radio promotion, and then we can have a whole discussion, guys, about who listens to the radio anymore. And the whole landscape has shifted, and the only thing that stayed the same is that it costs artists money to record their music, to get it to you. And so that means it's a valuable commodity, and we don't want artists to stop making music. I got into this when I was a kid because I loved listening to stuff on my Walkman with my headphones, and I would listen to the same song 40 times because I loved it so much. And guess what? I still do that. It's a sickness, but I'm proud of it. And music gets you through hard times and great times, and I think we've all been changed by it. That's why you're watching. That's why you even care about what Howlin Dog Music Group is doing. But being a part of the mechanism that helps artists keep making and recording and then starting the whole process over again is so important. And we really need you guys to donate once or become a recurring patron for $25 a month, which is a great thing. A reminder, yet again, if you are a recurring patron for $25 or more a month, you will get a hoodie, you'll get a tote bag, and a patch. And you could probably wear all three of those at once. Susan is spot on with the graphic right there. You can get an idea. The patch is so cool, guys. My dear friend Alexander Doust designed that because he's a graphic designer, and he said yes to doing that. Anyway, we went to school together. But being a recurring patron will go a long way into helping artists and fund us throughout the year. But if you want to throw down some bucks now, we'll send you a sticker in the mail up to $50, which means you'll get mail, which is cool. And if you go above $50, you'll get a sticker and a CD of your choice from this massive Howlin Dog artist library, which is super cool. Handwritten lyrics, tote bags, the patches. You could get a video collection of our patron saint, Don Richmond, playing with just about everybody cool under the sun. Really cool donation spot. That's $400. You can get a singing telegram. Have you guys seen the movie Clue? That's what I think of when I think singing telegram, which actually I shouldn't bring up because that's not what we're talking about at all. But also Clue is one of the best movies of all time. Jana's intrusive thoughts are happening because I've been talking for 2 hours. Okay, you can be an executive producer for $2,500, which means your name will be in the credits of someone's record next year of our 2027 grant class, which is incredible. And a cool opportunity. You can name a grant if there is somebody near and dear to you you would like to honor with a grant being given. That $3,500 covers a whole artist grant, which is incredible. Or you could get a board member and grantee house concert in one of our 3 states, which means we'll come to your house and we'll play music, which sounds like a threat, but that's a promise. Lots of cool stuff. So please consider donating. Please consider sharing. Like I said, word of mouth goes a long way. So glad you guys joined us tonight. Thank you to Sarah Golden and to Poet Hawkins for sharing their music. Follow them on their socials. Thanks to Susan Gibson, who's been running the backstage. Follow her on her socials because she's playing a bunch of gigs this summer too. And thanks to everybody who has supported thus far. We have hit our $10,000 halfway goal for the week. On Wednesday, Hump Day, we're getting there. We'll be live tomorrow night, Friday night, and Saturday night. We're hoping to get to 20 grand. Tell your friends. Tell them to donate $5 to pity Jana. Whatever you need to do. No, get cool stuff. Get a patch and a tote bag. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow night live on the Howlin Dog Facebook page, and we'll see you on our donation page at howlindogmusic.org. Good night, everybody.